So for some reasons you want to learn pro tips for Victoria 2, either by morbid curiosity of a dead title, or because Vic 3 was finally announced and you want to give one last go at the predecessor. I got you, bro. Here is my personal Victoria 2 top 10 pro tips. Number 10. Some technologies are critical to research if you want your nation to be on top. Medicine and electricity are a good example due to the pop growth they provide. But these three provides the means to colonize Africa. And the key is to know the release date of the important tech, because you can store up to a year of research points, and on January 1st of that year, you will be able to greatly accelerate the pace of research of the new tech. And sometimes, having poison gas or colonization 6 months ahead of your competition is all you need to win. Number 9. Influence is an important tool of imperialism in Victoria 2, but let's face it, who actually has time to micromanage every single little city-state when everyone keeps banning your diplomats left and right while wiping out your influence in every single country? No one has time to deal with this shit. So the tip is to spend millions in building factories and railway in every foreign nations, because it will grant a very nice industrial score boost, but you will also cut down on the influence gain of other nations in proportion to the money invested in that country. Cherry on top, if the state goes Vive la Révolution and sees the means of production, you get a nice little puppet casus belli for free. Number 8. Colonization is the core role of Africa and Victoria 2, and the goal of the great power is to colonize right here, either by building a naval station in range or outright taking land from Sokoto. The region of the Niger Delta offers a large amount of rubber RGOs and important population centers to be drafted in your armies, so quick access to it is extremely valuable. Real imperialism can be kind of cheesy. The only way to truly assemble an army to take over the world is to conquer China. If you're playing any modification, you can forget that, as they force you to annex only a small port at a time. But if you are playing Vanilla Ice, you can squeeze out hundreds of millions for mere 5 infamy, giving you an incredible boost to your army. And if you're playing as Uncivilized at the time of the conquest, on the day of your westernization, you'll gain full-fledged states that can receive factories. A true game changer. Number 6. It feels obvious to say, but you really should be building infrastructure everywhere. Put on the naval base map mode and expand all bases that you can, and at the same time control-click the railway and forts to build them in every province of that state. Then switch to infrastructure mode to update all railways and forts in inland states. There is no downside except for the initial cost, but it has such an influence on your economy and defense that the cost is negligible. Number 5. Democracies are really bad, but with a couple of reforms and a wise use of a couple of national focus and slight abuse of the hold election button, you can quickly get the perfect party in power. And this is important to set a fair budget while building and subsidizing factories to generate a positive cash flow. In fact, I will start a seminar on positive cash flow next month, so make sure to sign up at yeah, we're still in quarantine, forget about that, never mind. Number 4. Education is important in Vic 2. Setting up your national foci to promote clergymen in your states, you want to aim at 2% to generate maximum research point and step up to 4% to augment the literacy rate to the peak level. Having high literacy is important for your pop to promote and produce more wealth, while RPs snowball in more RPs as you tech up. Number 3. During a battle, you can only commit so many troops to the fighting, so the death stack that you are carrying around is still taking massive moral damage while not contributing to the battle. It's best to have smaller stacks and engage them in a rotation during a battle, so a new fresh stacks arrive while your badly wounded one retreats to recover. Doing this in a defensive position will require the enemy to have an extreme number of troops to overcome your defensive line. And in Victoria 2, the later you get in the game, the greater the defense becomes favored. Number 2. This tip is very important if you are a small, uncivilized nation. Get sphered quickly. Cause you up with a great power to get in the sphere, it will grant you access to that GP spherical market, giving better odds compared to the world markets of getting clipper convoys to invade a country overseas. In bonus, it gives a nice warden to deter off rivals from invading you, as any defensive war will call in that great power into it. It doesn't mean that they will do anything, as they're probably stuck up in an unending war in Europe, but the intention is what counts. Number 1. If you are playing vanilla, here is a quick tip to make infinite money as anyone except Tripoli. On the first day that you can, make a justification on Johor. Johor, what a name! Then you annex them, because Johor has 4 provinces. One is producing tropical wood, which will be perfect to fuel the luxury furniture factory that your capitalist built back home. And the other 3 provinces contain pure gold. The 3 precious metals RGOs constitute 10% of the world's supplies of cash at the start of the game. So while not truly infinite, it is still quite substantial. By the way, every mod using NNM+, like HPM, split up Johor in 4, making this trick infinitely useless. Hopefully you have learned something helpful out of my top 10 pro tips for Victoria 2, and if you have more, make sure to share them in the comment section. I'm intrigued to learn more. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.